One topic that I'd really like to explore with you guys is, you're at that age now where you're finding your feet in the world, figuring out exactly what it is you want to do. But how far into the future are you thinking financially? Like when you make decisions now, are you thinking about where am I going to be in 20, 30 years? Am I going to be financially stable? Do you have the opportunity or even the drive to be thinking along those lines right now? Or are you still just trying to figure out exactly what it is you want to do?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So for me, I am actually still figuring out exactly what I want to do. And I think that finding a career that you want to stick with for the rest of your life is a really hard thing to do. And like for your guys' generation, I know that that's something that was instilled in you, is to like, you were supposed to go to school, you were supposed to go to college, get your degree, and then you have your career that you were set for. And even though that is something that still people do today, with this millennial generation, like it is a lot harder because we do want to do so many things. We know that we are capable of more than just that one thing, and we want to be successful in all of those areas because if that's what works for you, you want to be happy and fulfill each one of those areas that you're trying to fulfill. So personally, like, no, I'm not thinking about 20, 30 years in the future, and it's something I should be doing. I obviously want to be financially stable, but that's also worrying about being financially stable right now, and like with the pandemic and like this inflation and everything going up, the job that I had before serving, I was not financially stable especially with the big moving from state to state. I almost didn't make it. I had like support here that definitely helped, but I never wanted to serve. It was not something I ever wanted to do, but I had to put myself out there, and it's definitely put me in a better position than I had been for the last 2 years. So I am very grateful for that.
I think the challenges that you guys have had to go through with the pandemic and everything, my generation, we never experienced anything like that. That was so life-changing, and you're using it to your benefit. You're learning from it, and you're making the changes that are necessary. I don't know if anybody...
I want to hear what you guys have to say about the same topic, about being financially, are you thinking that far ahead, or right now you're just thinking we got to survive and make it work now?
Okay. What was it again? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Nandini, ask the question.
Yeah, are you thinking 20, 30 years ahead? I know you've got a very good brain on, a very good head on your shoulders, and you're thinking about making this enterprise as successful as you can be.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on where you are in 20, 30 years down the line financially? Because in my generation, we were not taught this. As Trishna was just saying, we were conditioned to believe that you study, you get a job, and then you retire, and that's it. That paradigm has shifted so much for you guys. And I'm just thinking, my questions are you making investments? How do you choose what investments you make? Are you speaking to your parents about this? Or who are you speaking to? What are your reference points?
It's just a lot about, like, you just got to read on stuff. So I don't know if you guys know what Dogecoin is, but I saw it and I just thought it was funny. So with stocks and crypto and everything, you can get them super cheap. And if you follow Reddit, there's like these like Reddit articles and you could just read them. So it was at like 0.02, like not even a penny yet. So I was like, what's $400? So I just threw it in. I took a chance. And then it was like at 65 cents. And I'm like, this is so easy. So it's just, at the end, I feel like obviously I like invest, like I want to buy houses and stuff. But there's other ways that they don't tell you how you can get houses and everything. Like you could, no, I can't say any financial advice here. But you can, you could just invest in certain things. And if you buy like a house, like a bigger house with a little bedroom in the back and you live in that bedroom and you rent the house out, that's another way to, like, you can make rent for free. So it's just certain things like that, just being aware of everything and kind of like looking at certain things. That's where I kind of feel like the internet might help a lot in that, because there's certain things where you wouldn't have, the ability to research that we can. And also it's just what you use it for. So people will be like, oh, TikTok's super bad or Instagram's super bad. It depends on what you follow. So there's a lot of investment stuff that I follow, And it's just, I don't know, it works out for the most part. You just have to keep on, like what I said earlier, you have to keep reading because things change every day.
So you're making a very good point about how my generation can learn from you guys, because, you know, for a lot of us, social media is intimidating. And as you say, you know, it gets a very bad rap, you know, but you make a very good point. It's how you use it.
Yeah.
So I'm saying you have something to teach us. What else do you think that our generation can learn from you?
That's because I feel like we can always learn from other people as well. It's just not a certain generation, it's a person. Because you could teach me something that someone younger than me can't teach me, and I could teach you something that someone older than you can't teach me either. I think it depends more on the person and just being more open-minded in what you see. So like people see generation as a whole, but not just as like one individual. You get what I'm saying? Because like I told someone once, because they were talking about school, and they were really big on school, and I'm going to college, and I'm kind of like, that was never my plan. But I said I feel like 8 out of 10 times at least I would get the job over someone like that, just because how I am in interviews, and I feel like that matters a little more. And of course, if you want to be a doctor or you want to go to school to study medicine and stuff, you could definitely be that. But I have a friend who went to college for a day. He said, nah, this isn't it. And then he did real estate, and he learned himself, just betting on himself. And there's months that he looks at me and he goes, bro, I made what a doctor makes in a year and a month. So it's just certain things like that, and not letting money kind of run your life. If you have no like care about money and you're like, you don't worry about it, obviously you have bills to pay and it's going to be in your subconscious. But if you genuinely believe at the end of the day I'm going to be fine, it'll come to you. That's not legal advice. Don't take that advice. But it's just,
No, that's
I truly,
manifestation.
believe that.
That's
There's times where I was like,
manifestation.
yeah. So it's just
Serge said it.
just betting on yourself 100% of the time.
Just to continue on that, I think just having motivation is like a huge factor in that, because a lot of our generation today, it's like a 50-50 thing where they're unmotivated, and then like for Dylan, he's extremely motivated.
very motivated.
You know, and like I think that you've gone far because you do believe in yourself and you do motivate yourself, and that discipline that you have on yourself, versus me. I'm honestly struggled. I'm probably older than you. And
Nah, I'm old.
how old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay, I'm 26.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're older. But just like I have been unmotivated in my life, and like I haven't always had that support, so I have been alone for a lot of that, you know?
But with that, I'm pretty sure it's Einstein. He said, if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it'll think like it's stupid for its whole life. So it's just, if I'm going to say you're unmotivated for stuff that you want to do, and I kind of looked at school and I'm like, I don't really want to do that. But I was able to like focus all that energy into something I love, and it just comes natural, then I'm going to appear more like motivated. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like it's kind of like if I told Sergio, hey,
Facts.
you got to work a grill for 5 hours, or we're going to play soccer for 5 hours. He's going to be like, either way, Dylan's going to sauce me up. But
Okay.
you're going to be more motivated to play soccer and do something you love. So I think at the end of the day, just find what you love and then just go with it.
Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe to my channel Dr. Karina Felix for more videos.